Today I want to talk about something that we don't discuss nearly enough: covert narcissism. Picture classic narcissist. I know narcissists have been thrown around a lot lately, but you're thinking of the people that are really looking for attention and they're grabbing the spotlight and it's all about them and no one else matters. You know the ones? Covert narcissists are sneakier. They don't yell or slam doors. Instead, they charm you. They slowly erode your confidence until you're questioning your own sanity. So let's rewind back to the start. Everything seemed to be so good, maybe too good to be true. It was. When we first met, it felt like I'd hit the romance jackpot. He was attentive and charming and had this uncanny ability to know exactly what I needed to hear. I mean, who doesn't like to be told that they're everything that person's been looking for? He made me feel like I was the center of his universe. I wasn't just special, I was the one. Looking back though, that should have been my first clue. So what happened was he would invite me over saying, "You don't need to bring anything, I just want you here. I'm gonna take care of you. I've got everything you need right here." It felt like we were building a life together, our life together. But what felt like a fairy tale was just like a fairy tale, in saying that it was fiction. None of this was real. But look at me going for it. The compliments, the attention, the over-the-top declarations of love, they weren't about me, but they were about hooking me in. And the worst part, it worked. It didn't take long though for the cracks to show in that facade. It was the subtle little digs at first. Things like, "You're not as fun as you used to be." Don't you love that one? Or, "You were so easygoing at the start." And that made me start to wonder, have I changed? Am I the problem? What am I doing wrong? Why am I screwing this up? Then came the arguments. Now, these are a special kind of argument. They're called circular arguments. They're exhausting and they always end in the script being flipped and you apologizing, even though it wasn't even something that you should be apologizing for. You started with the problem and then you were the problem, right? He twisted my words so badly that I completely forgot where we even started and what my even point was in beginning this. I just wanted it to be over. But now we're going to come to the financial control. This one came a lot later in the relationship. He encouraged me to quit my job, really selling the point that he wanted to support me and help me focus on my dreams. What a great guy. "I'll take care of you," he said. "I got this." And I was like, I'm worried. I'm really uncomfortable with relying on somebody for financial support. I've never done this before. And he goes, "Doll, I got you. Don't you worry." And I'm like, it's been 3 years. I could probably trust him now, right? Wrong. No, absolutely not. Because you know what? These guys are sneaky as fuck. And they'll let you trust them. And then they go, "Oh, wait a minute, there's no floor underneath you. Those promises are made." Nothing, I forget. Anyway, he said, "Quit your job, focus on your dreams, do uni, I love you, they're gonna take care of you, I've got all the money in the world, let's do this." And I'm like, I'm scared. And he goes, "No, let's do it." And then came the shit. He used it against me, didn't he? Should have known better. Because it was within a month. Apparently I wasn't earning the money that he'd so generously offered me. And then I'm here sitting like, fuck, we did it again. We did it again, didn't we, Rach? Until one day he turned it against me. Like, "You're not earning the money that I so generously gave to you." And I was meant to be grateful, which I was, but not sacrificing all of my self-worth, respect, and dignity, right? Bit by bit, I felt myself shrinking. The confident, fiery me was slipping away. Go on, see ya, bye. I was now someone who doubted everything, doubted myself, and then I was so desperate to try and recapture that magic of the beginning. Remember that love bombing stuff? Yeah, that. And the truth is that magic was never there. It was an illusion, and I was chasing after something that never existed. Basically, a scam. Being with him was like riding on a roller coaster that only went, downhill. He'd be sweet and affectionate one day, and then the next, cold and distant, of course. He kept telling me that nothing had changed, that it was all in my head. Of course, I'm crazy, right? And then it got me thinking, well, geez, this must be normal, right? I mean, this is love, it's hard work. It's an adult relationship, so I gotta put in the hard work. But no, love is not like that and should not be like that. Because love shouldn't be a hostage negotiation. It should be freely given and it should feel good. This was not that. I was walking on eggshells constantly, trying to avoid setting him off or saying the wrong thing, but it didn't matter how careful I was. It never does. He always found a way to twist things back to me. My anxiety was crippling. My heart would race when I ever had to confront him about anything. If I had to have one of those talks, serious talks, my gut literally was screaming at me. Pro tip, when your stomach feels like it's been in a bar fight, it's time to go. It's time to listen. Worst of all is the isolation. Like, he didn't say, don't talk to your friends or anything. It was more subtle. You only have one friend who'd say, all right. Well, why are you wasting your time on those people? It's not like you're getting back what you put in. You're trying too hard with them. I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. But that did the job just as effectively as if he had said, I don't want you to talk to your friends or family. By the end of 4 years, I ended up barely recognizing myself. I wasn't just losing the relationship. I had lost me again. And it wasn't like this big Hollywood style epiphany where I stormed out the door with my head held high and the lights turned on and everything's beautiful and the rain's coming down and he's in the dirt and I'm looking fabulous. No. It's messy and sloppy and sad and painful. Because why wouldn't it be? But you know what? I am grateful for this. My best friend is beyond. I love her. I could not do life without her. She has saved my life. She had the guts and the courage and the love for me to have a tough conversation with me. Because there was this one moment when he finally lost it in front of her. Like, that was the first time he lost it in front of somebody else, not just me, with an audience. And that really was alarming. And she brought it up to me and she said, I'm really worried. This is escalating. This isn't healthy. He doesn't love you. This isn't love. You deserve better. You're better than this. Please leave. I'm scared. And I said, fuck, you're right. Yeah. And that was the wake-up call I needed to hear. And I don't think I'd be here without her. Those words, even though they hit me like a freight train, I really knew them deep down. And it was really nice to have someone confront me about those things. So, love you. You know who you are, my beautiful, beautiful wifey. The other breakthrough moment that happened after this point was when I had a huge breakdown after another big round of fights and sadness and abandonment. I found myself begging, not for love, not for basic decency this time, just so I could stay in the garage because I really wanted to leave. But I wanted to be out of the way. And I just needed time to figure out my next steps. I didn't know where I was going to go. I had no plan. I had no money. I had no job. Come on. And the way he looked at me was so cold and indifferent. And that's when I knew, when I really, really knew I deserved better and he doesn't care a shit about me. That's it. But leaving wasn't easy. Every time I tried, he'd reel me back in, always with these promises. I'll change. I hear you. I see what you're saying now. I'm actually listening. Yeah, fucking right. Look, to his credit, he would change. Maybe for like 2 weeks. Do a couple of little things until I'm back feeling like I've lost my confidence in my justified anger and then back to his old normal behavior and I'm here sitting with my paw in my mouth feeling like a damn fool. Yeah, but it never did change. The hardest part though wasn't leaving him. It was letting go of hope. And that's the biggest thing that kept me there for so long. Hope that he'd change. Hope that I could do something different. Hope that something could get fixed. Hope that this was the last time. But fuck hope. Hope was another trap that kept me there. So at first, I felt like I was always standing in the rubble of my life. Like I lost everything. I trusted somebody and then I was left with nothing. But when you're in that moment, you're just desperate. You just want to get away. And he wouldn't let me get away. For somebody who said that they hate me, for someone who said that they wanted me gone, he really was doing everything he could to make that impossible. Therapy helped me to define and name and figuring out gaslighting and manipulation and covert abuse. Those words are empowering because they helped me define what I was going through because I felt like I was crazy. He doesn't hit me. He didn't like slam doors or like ever be violent, really. So like, who am I to complain? How do you tell somebody that your partner never yells at you or hits you, but they make you feel like you're so insignificant and that you're the worst person in the world? They break your heart all the time and they make you feel like absolute garbage. How do you tell somebody that when you don't have the scars to prove it? It feels like everything's been ground down. The trauma that's there from long-term subtle abuse is incredibly damaging, and I don't know when I'll be able to get back to being who I was before. But you know what? I'm still fucking here. A million little pricks will never break me. Also learning boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Take your time and make boundaries and enforce those boundaries. And if someone crosses those boundaries, go away. That's what I'm learning. And now that I'm standing up for myself and standing my ground, I feel a lot more like myself. And then there comes the guilt. The guilt for not seeing the signs when I should have known better. Guilt for staying. Guilt for allowing so much stuff. Guilt for just being an idiot. This is the thing. We've got to be nice to ourselves, because that guilt is just another form of self-punishment, which is really not justified at all. What good is it going to do to punish myself more for stuff that I didn't know at the time? Like all of this stuff that I figured out now, all the narcissist stuff, that's only come to me after I left. We only knew what we knew at the time. And so we need to get that perspective in order to do the work. And now that we know better, we're doing better. And we're going to create better relationships for ourselves now and in the future. That's it. So this is what I want to say about healing. It's never linear. It's messy, it's hard, and it's deeply worth it though. Because you know what's on the other side of pain? Freedom. Freedom to be me again. Freedom to be you again. Freedom to love ourselves and love other people and heal. That kind of fucking freedom is there. And to anybody who's been through this, we've got to talk about this stuff. We're not crazy. The pain is fucking real. There's words to put around it. So fuck everybody who says that you need to shut up and stop complaining. Your trauma is your trauma. Never let anybody tell you that you don't get to have that, because what the fuck do they know? To you, the narcissist watching, I don't know. Have you got this far? But if you do see this behavior in yourself, look, I know I'm mocking you, but just know I'm not calling you a monster. There is time to be challenged, such as now. Hold yourself accountable. You can do this. Don't be afraid of growth. We all have to do it. Growth and accountability starts with you. So stop deflecting, start owning up to the pain you've caused, and start doing the work with the people that you love, because you say you love them, show that. Not with empty promises, but with real action. And to everybody else listening, thank you so much for hearing my story. If you have any questions or you want to chat, just message me, reach out, we can have a chat. You're not alone. If you need support, I'm here. So let's start to make this change. Because you know what? At the end of the day, life's too fucking short for anything less than real, vulnerable, brave, whole ass, full fucking ass love. Alright, go get it. Love you so much. See you next time.